let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. Scale. Go ahead and hit us with it, man.
What up? Well, I'm just here to chop it up about Nintendo because they ain't playing this year at all. Yes, back again, forcing you to not use their content that they've been having their whole time. So, Face Punch Studios, creators of Gary's Mod, has just confirmed a takedown request issued by Nintendo. It brought it into, I don't know why it says that. Hold on. In a post published on Steam, the studio confirmed that Nintendo directly issued a takedown request against the game, ordering the developer to strip it clean. Anything related to Nintendo brand or its games. The studio made a statement after this because at first when this people were saying that the takedown requests were false, like they were fake, so nobody was even paying attention to them. And then the studio themselves came out making a statement saying, honestly, this is fair enough. This is Nintendo's content, and what they allow is up to them. They don't want you playing with the stuff in Gary's Mod. That's their decision. We have to respect that and take down as much as we can. This is an ongoing process as we have 20 years of uploads to go through. If you want to help us by deleting your Nintendo-related uploads and never upload them again, that would help us out a lot, end quote. And so on a search through, so they went on the Gary's Mod, and then someone typed in Mario, and on the workshop, it returned 5,624 results with 188 pages, just Mario.
Wow. Oh my God.
They got some work to do for sure. Now we know Nintendo is out here closing it down. I said 2024 is a year of exposure. Y'all better get it tight. They're not playing. Don't play with Nintendo no more. So I guess I'll throw it to you, Delilah. How do you feel about what Nintendo is doing and how they're handling business this year?
Nintendo is just don't do what Nintendo do. When it comes to the IP, they're super overprotective, and hey, think about it. It's been working for them this far. Like,
yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like, Nintendo is at the top of the game right now. They're selling still, like the Switches are still doing their thing, and this is what they do to try to protect their investment. And we don't gotta like it, but it works for them, which is kind of sad.
It's okay. Look, the thing is though, I agree. I feel you, Delilah. I think the number one thing for me is that content creators streaming and producing videos for Nintendo is free advertisement.
Yep.
And outside of the ad revenue or whatever you make off the side of your personal platform, that's free.
So let me just plug this in real quick. Do y'all think Mario needs advertisement?
No.
Okay, boom. There you go. That's it. You think Link needs advertisement?
Nope.
Like absolutely.
Apparently from the last game.
Apparently I'm trying to make Nintendo IPs are strong, and that's why they don't care about streaming and people.
So do you? You said it was strong. Okay, so you did. I'm just curious. Did the last Legend of Zelda did well? Did Princess Peach did well?
Princess Peach, probably not. But I don't know much. I don't know much about Princess Peach. I'm just talking about their iconic franchises, like the Zelda, the game with Link in it.
Well, maybe.
You know so I
feel like most of the people that play Zelda think that Link is Zelda.
Right.
Yeah,
which is
Tears
wild.
of the Kingdom did pretty good.
Thank you. I was blanking on the.
Did 20 million copies.
I was blanking on the name, but that's the point I'm trying to make. And there's a reason why Nintendo don't care about whether these streamers out here are advertising their game, because it's not for them. It's not what they use to advertise their game. They have some of the strongest IP on the planet. This is why other companies rely on that. Nintendo just doesn't. It kind of is what it is. We have to just accept that. Okay, if it's Nintendo, they play by a different set of rules.
I don't know about them rules, girl, because
they terrible. But
my Switch is connected.
This is the game. This is the game.
But that's because they're not. I mean, like the people who invest into the Nintendo ecosystem love those games. You know what I mean? Like you don't obviously have the same allure to those games as the people who are deep into Nintendo. You know what I mean? Like you see Nintendo people, and they will be all in on every fucking thing.
Why you say that with your head down?
Because I was literally visualizing someone. You know?
I was too. I can definitely see him. I see him. Oh, I see him.
You can see it. You were like, I see when y'all come in the game stuff. I'm like, you play Nintendo, right?
Yeah. Spot them out. You pick them out of the crowd. Like,
Mario Odyssey, right? I got you.
Right? Fanny pack on? That's you.
Not the fanny pack. Wow.
But yeah, I mean, they eat that shit up. They're like, please, sir, can I have some more? You know, those IPs shit money. Like, as long as they come out and they work.
And think about the polish that Nintendo puts on the games. It's like you rarely see like, oh, it's broken day one and stuff like that.
Besides Pokemon.
Yeah. Pokemon is okay, yeah.
Yeah,
but
Violet was a problem. Violet was a little problem.
Yeah. And Zelda be having some issues too, performance. They be dropping frames.
It's the open world, man.
Well,
it's already at like 20 frames though. Like
exactly. You drop from 20, it's crazy.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I mean, I say that to say like you shouldn't even care. Like if you playing that shit, you shouldn't even care because it's like already low. Like
true.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, Mario Kart's their best seller with 50 million sold, bro. That is crazy.
Because they've had the same Mario Kart since like the Wii.
I swear, like we've been
begging for it. Like
us too, me and Scale too. Like it's been out for almost 10 years.
They keep adding maps. I'm like
old maps, added old maps and a splash of new map here, and new map there.
Do the same thing with Smash. Like they be just throwing here's a new character random, just
them gas games, man. They got their own things going on too.
Right.
And that's why I'm surprised that like these because I thought that these quote unquote scope games were gonna be like out because it was too much of a risk to develop a new IP for people to
typically a new IP. And that's why you have some companies, I'm not gonna call naming any names, doing remasters after remasters and and stuff like
remaster of the remaster.
Remaster of the remaster, the super remastered edition. Right.
It could be good. I'm thinking it can be a couple of them, Delilah. It could be a couple of them.
It's quite a few. Quite a few.
It's at least two.
It's a lot.
Two.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see, right? Like people becoming sour on the gas, and this is one thing I posted in our podcast last week on this topic was that I feel like for gas games, every genre is already checked off, right? They already got the shooters, they already got the magic based ones, name it, they likely got a gas game for it.
The battle royales,
battle royale. And then think about Genshin Impact. That's already the fantasy based kind. Like they already have these games, so it's like trying to put in a new gas game to see if these being the ocean boat type, like every genre is nicked off basically. So it's like trying to fit in a new gas game at this point when Fortnite is doing everything, throwing everything into their game. Yeah, like it's kind of it's like trying to find a little spot in that space is going to be very difficult because to me it's already oversaturated. Every genre is like checked off.
It can't every
waypoint, name it, they got it. You know what I mean? Name it, they got it. So
like what's gonna take people, like people come out with like the new Marvel game. What's that called again, guys? Rivals, right? Like is that going to be strong enough to take people away from these black hole games?
Do you think people are having like fatigue with the Marvel stuff though? Is it franchise fatigue or is that just me?
I don't think it's franchise fatigue because look how we are watching X-Men 96.
I was about to say X-Men 96, right?
X-Men though.
X-Men.
We haven't had decent X-Men in forever.
Yeah, that's not Marvel. Like
and don't forget X-Men don't fuck with
fair. That is
with the Avengers. So
yeah. So
I think we're definitely superhero like movie fatigue, show fatigue for sure. I think we still want the good games.
And that's the quote we say on our show all the time. Just make a good game. Like people, if the game's good, people are gonna show up. Period. Yeah. And you got to market and advertise it too. Like, otherwise.
Yeah, you do.
And like, Nintendo shows that all the time with the if you make good games, they'll come.
That's true.
Right. Yeah. True. But like my point was with all these other, because like let's be honest, like Fortnite is a social hangout area for most players, right? Like my son plays Fortnite, Roblox, like, but he's always on there with his, it's a platform, right? Like when people make these other gas games, does it have enough power to stay or to pull players away from these other games? I don't know, man. Like it's so fucking hard to do.
You'd have to get all the friends to go too. Honestly.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see, like Rivals at least, to see how that does. It's got the characters, like the well-known characters, so we'll see if the gameplay and the dopamine hits rock out, I guess. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
So I guess I can continue. I guess I'll throw it to CHAREECE. What up? How do you feel about Nintendo's year so far, banning things of that nature?
Honestly, at this point, it's kind of funny because shouldn't you already know not to fuck with Nintendo? It's how many times have they sued random people on YouTube? How many times have they shut down
the emulator mods?
The emulators,
yes. Like how many? Like, dude, just go ahead and just play the game they got you and stop trying to make it better. Because if they don't want you to do that, like you're causing yourself heartache and pain. So just stop. Because again, you bringing it on yourself, and I'm not gonna, I guess feel sorry for you for your own actions. You fucked that up, not me.
Straight up. Straight up.
So I'm good with it.
Good with it. Good. I mean, that's their shit, right? If somebody steals my stuff, yes, I'm gonna be hot. Period. That's just kind of the bottom line. Especially when they're such legendary IPs. Like it's a no brainer almost. I think everybody was commenting. Nova, what do you think about it? Start with you.
To be honest, man, Nintendo got people tucking in their chains once again.
Debo. Nintendo.
We just saw what they did. Yeah. Everybody crying in the car at this point. To be honest. We just saw what they did to Yuzu a couple months ago, right? Just folding. They out here folding people, man. And you know that they a problem when the company in question is like, hey, it's their stuff. They're 100% right in doing this. Like, we already know that, bro. Yeah. But they're even asking the community, the people that's playing the game, that assists with the cleanup effort too. So it sounds like there's quite a bit of IP on that specific game, and people are probably playing, doing craziness and creating content with it. So like Delilah said, like Nintendo cares about their IPs quite a bit, so they're not going to let that happen. But I will say on the flip side, though, I'm totally okay with Nintendo caring about their IPs and taking things down and stuff like that. But that's for like the newer content. I have a slightly different stance when it comes to the older content that nobody can really gain access to anymore. So like as far as like older Super Nintendo games and things of that nature, if they would not like for people to play these things and do all this pirating and stuff, please give the consumers that love your content a nice, great place to go and legally obtain and play these games.
Otherwise, it's the 7 C's, baby.
Right. Yeah. So like, we all know that Nintendo has great content. They have great IPs. You got Mario. You got every game they drop pretty much on that console that's first party hits usually.
Yeah.
So I respect to Nintendo, shout out to Nintendo, but man, like, let's give us some place besides these small emulators that you're spoon feeding us games every so often that may come out on the on the emulators that they that's all. That's my only gripe.
Understandable.
I feel that for sure. It's just like when you if you don't give me nowhere to play it, what am I supposed to do? It's truly, I'm about to go get. That's what I'm about to do. But I understand for sure. What do you think, Viking?
Oh no, I agree with everybody, man, and especially with Nova's point on. There's a lot of that goes on with like older games that are just being delisted or just not available anymore unless I have like a super old system and go buy a $300 Power Stone. Like,
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
do, huh? Yeah.
That's the alternative.
Right. So like if I want to play that game, I'm probably gonna find a way to play that game. I'd rather give you my money for it, but
subscription is the wave. So like just create a subscription, you know what I mean, and put all your back catalog on there and let me enjoy it.
I don't understand
Nintendo does have a cool thing for the Switch though, because I was playing like Wave Runner the other day.
Yeah, but it's limited. Like they don't have they
don't have everything, right?
But and that's what I was talking about with the slow trickle. They might drop like 1 or 2 games because it's kind of cool because you'll get on there, you'll get on the emulator, and it'll like flip the card around and show you which game is there. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool.
It is cool.
But there's thousands of games, man. Like, you know, who knows? I might like the 2 or 3 that you may give me in the next 6 months because that's how slow they drop it.
Yeah, I seen one time they released games I didn't like anything they put, and I was like, just waste. Well, I'm fucked. I don't want none of that, so I'm not even participating.
Wait another 6 months.